What's up, guys? Welcome to this video. I'd like to welcome you. My name is Michuki, and a recent graduate. Actually, I'm speaking to you from Nairobi, Kenya. This is my home. I figured, hey, why don't I make a video about, talk about what to do after school, because it's a struggle that I think we all kind of have to go through at one point, and I've gone through a couple of those, Obviously, after you finish primary school, you have to go to high school. And then after high school, you have to go to do your bachelor's degree. And then after bachelor's, you probably have to do your master's degree or whatever transition is in between there. So, and I know that obviously, in most cases, you're probably going through anxiety, or you don't know what to do, or you feel like what your mom's telling you to do is probably not what you want to do. Just chill out, get yourself some coffee, come back, pause the video. We're gonna talk like boys, like homies. What's up? I'm here for you, and I'm just gonna share with you what I know. It can be a bit confusing, especially if you move from a different town and then you go back home, or yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a small breakdown about myself and how my life has kind of evolved in a way. Well, good thing is for me, I kind of knew what I wanted to do ever since I was early. I wanted to do software engineering ever since I was in primary school, but this was a little bit more intuitive because I always was fascinated about mobile phones and technology in general, so I kind of gravitated to it. It made more logical sense for me to do software engineering because I feel the computers and stuff were I know I sound like a dinosaur, but computers and phones and stuff in 2002 was when it was emerging and stuff. My dad had a Nokia 3210, and I remember playing Snake on it, and I was like, damn, I'd want to know how to make a Snake game. And at the time, we were playing PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 2 had just come out, and I was like, holy shit, so whenever I would play games, I'd be like, I so want to know how to make this shit, So, and that goes to one of the fundamental things you just have to really think about, just so that you can be able to calm yourself down and not take life too seriously, because sometimes your parents may make you feel like it's too serious. It really isn't that serious, okay? It really isn't that serious, and you need to chill out. Especially if you're out from school, take a month off and just be a slob, hang out with your friends, reconnect with people and family and all that, just chill out, man. Just chill out, man. Listen to your new music, relax, just let yourself for once be jelly, yeah. So that's the first piece of advice. Just be like jelly, and in between those moments you can now start kind of letting yourself gravitate to the things you like. Go to events that you like, go to your friends' parties and stuff. Just live, in any case, the most important things, I would say, if we categorize the sections that we have in our life, that's one, relationships, health, wealth, and your purpose. But normally, especially if you've taken, okay, let me just address for people who are in high school, at that point in time, you really don't know what the hell you want to do. Okay, you might know what you want to do, but it's more it's a feeling. It's how when you're a kid you'd say you want to be a pilot, but when you get there, it's not really the one, and it's kind of okay to veer off into something else. You follow my drift, right? So I wanted to be a pilot at one point in time, but I was like, why am I saying I want to be a pilot? Then I started rationalizing, that means I have to be actually sitting in a cockpit for 14 hours or something. I was like, nah, that's not me, So, because I know myself, I really like being around people and family that I care about, you know. So anyway, the first thing I think you should think about or worry about is I'm gonna give you I think around 7 points that may help you kind of figure out what to do with your life, or if you're just trying to, you know, recalibrate yourself and just think of like where can you go, because you know you can always get to a point where it's like you really don't know what to do. It's like, I can do all these things but I really don't know where to go, you know. Anyway, so the first things first, let's start with necessity and priority. So you have to kind of know what you really need to do in the present moment, you know. First, if you can, just pull out a notebook right now and let's do this exercise together, okay? So like for the first thing is like your necessity and your priorities. So I'll give you an example. Like for me, one right now could be to renew my driver's license, you know? So you have to renew your driver's license, or to apply for insurance, you know. Those are like necessities, those are like really important things, you know. Maintaining a to-do list so that you can be able to kind of help you know what you need to do every so often. Like I usually do that, like maybe before I sleep I write what I need to do, you know, like the really important stuff. Yeah, I know, even if you're feeling like a snob, like that really helps you at least feel like you have control of your life in a way, you know. Yeah, so once you have that, at least now you know when you need to kind of do those things. And the best way to at least get yourself in motion is like give yourself a deadline for when you want to do those specific things, you know, and then just start getting into the motions of doing those things, because anyway that's what you have to do at the end of the day, you know. You have to pay bills in the future and all that, and at least taking up those responsibilities early is a good way to just get the ball rolling, because anyway you know what to do, right? Okay, number 2 is just having fun, you know. In this stage, what you really want to do is like really find what you're in tune in doing, like what do you enjoy doing. Yeah, you feel me? So like that means you have to try different things. That means you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like for example, if you say that you want to be a maybe graphics designer, that means that maybe you need to buy a laptop, or you need to go and intern for somebody who does graphics design, and you know you can learn so much from that experience. Actually, my first gig when I was getting into software engineering after I finished my bachelor's, I started out as a graphics teacher, you know, but I knew in the back of my mind I really needed to like learn software. I don't know why, but I just followed my gut feeling, you know. It was really fun being a graphics design teacher and doing graphic stuff. I still do it till today, but at the time I wanted to increase my income, you know, and just kind of go with the emotions of how I felt, you know. So I stumbled upon a friend of mine who was a mentor, you know, and he was helping another friend of mine called Jenga to like learn software, and I was like, whoa, that's like really cool. I got his number, called him up, and for a year he mentored me and actually got me like a job at a company where I've been working with them for till now. Actually, I'm still developing their software, even if I'm doing other things now, you know. So yeah, so in any case, being willing to just try different things is so important, because then it's gonna let you kind of figure out what else you can do. Okay, yeah. So anyway, when I was there, interesting thing is my aunt was like, hey man, why don't you try and see if you can get a scholarship abroad. So I got a scholarship and I went to do my master's in Estonia, which was pretty awesome actually, because when I was there, you know, I still go on with that philosophy of like always trying different stuff, because you can't find yourself stuck. You want to be in like this phase of like curiosity. If you're really curious about how people make movies and you see yourself in one, you can, you know, go on YouTube and learn how to do that. Of course, you probably do that, but you know what I mean. So that's gonna like guide you there just by writing down the things that you feel make you like you're curious about. Yeah. So write down in your notebook curiosity. Yeah. So what are you really curious about? What do you find yourself always watching, maybe in the night? You know, aside from watching shows and stuff, what do you feel excites you? Yeah, because fun, excitement, curiosity, those are the things that will always keep you moving, you know? You don't want to find yourself going to a dead-end job where you're like, basically you're like Hans there. You're like a trolley. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's number 3. And then number 4 is learning. You know, you want to kind of use the aspects of fun, curiosity, and you want to just change your mindset from like a job maybe and think of it like learning. Yeah, so I'll explain this concept. So when I, for example, got the internship the first time, I was not looking at how much money I'm being paid. I was just looking at how much can I learn in this space. And in some cases, you can go to a place where there's plenty of internet, you know. I'm saying plenty of internet because when I was, you know, starting out, I didn't have like proper internet or something, you know, and those are some things people can take for granted, but really it does happen. There are people who don't have access to internet to like stream YouTube as much as they want and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so whatever job you go, look at it like you're going to a class, yeah, but you're getting paid to do homework. You know, that's kind of the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. Yeah, so if you put yourself in that mindset, you're always going to want to learn more, as opposed to just going to a job so that you can make money. Because the thing is, the more skill you accumulate, like, let me tell you something, like, skills are so important nowadays. There's so many ways you can monetize your skills. You can teach other people, you know, you never know, you may work for somebody who's gonna pay you a higher bill for what you, like, for example, like, I'm a software engineer. I've gotten a lot of work to do with Safaricom with building the USSD modules and integrating M-Pesa, you know, platforms, because I've already done that stuff plenty of times. So every time I meet a new client, it's like I copy-paste stuff. Approaching it in a learning perspective, like, you want to just go and learn, it's gonna like take you so much further than if you decide that you're looking for a job. Okay, so number 5 is achievements. You also have to, I would recommend actually that you kind of write down a to-do list, a to-go list, a to-get list, and yeah. And then you break it down in terms of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You write down all the things you want to do, all the things you want to get, all the places you want to go, all the people you want to meet and work with. Just write them down and tell yourself that I will do X, Y, Z. You know, and have a crazy ass bucket list. Write all the craziest things you would imagine there. You know, even if it's smashing your favorite celebrity. I know that's off the top, but whatever your bucket list is, man. Like, I want to get a Vader. I don't know if you've seen the Vader, but I absolutely love that car. Oh my gosh. Looks so badass. You know, that's just my personal bucket list. Writing down your bucket list is important, is because you're going to reverse engineer your achievements. So, like, imagine, for example, you've gotten a Grammy. If you don't picture yourself winning a Grammy, you're not going to work towards it. You know, that's why you have, like, exams or grades in school. It's kind of the same thing. It's like you have to, whatever you can imagine in your mind is like a magnet. to whatever it is you really want, you know? It's like if you want, for example, think about that person you have a crush on. You know, that force. You're always attracted to that person because you have them in your mind, you know? God damn it. Yeah, okay. And then I guess that's just the last. We've kind of summarized that, right? And then finally, think about who you would want to help. Because you see, every one of us has a gift. Like, we're here because we're supposed to want to help somebody. Or it doesn't necessarily mean you have to directly help, like physically. Even just talking, like the way I'm talking to you right now, I'm helping you kind of gather your thoughts. You see, so whatever gift you have, if you have crazy jokes, share them, you know. The ability for you to gather the fun that you have and share, you know, and share it with the world. That's how you find YouTubers or certain artists are successful. It's not because they're doing it to get their attention. It's because whatever fun they're able to generate, they're able to share it with people. You know, and people, I think they misconceive that whole idea and think that if you make yourself a YouTuber or you do X, Y, Z, you're gonna be you're gonna be famous. Like, there's a formula, but really the reason why people gravitate to other people the most is because they share that gift in themselves, which revolves around having fun or being curious. You know, if you're really, really having fun at doing something, share it with people and see the reaction. It doesn't mean, even if it's like, you've seen these videos where people are like cutting, like, I don't know, tablets and shit with like hot freaking knife. Like, that's like really fun. I would totally want to do that. You know, if I had the money to do that, I would do that, you know. Yeah, but it's not fun to me. So maybe for you, it's fun to make pancakes. You know, make pancakes and just figure out how to sell them, you know. So that's kind of your goal. It's like to help people by sharing your gift, okay? So just so I don't make this video extremely long, I'm going to summarize all the points that we've I hope you've been writing them down. So number 1 is necessity and priorities. Number 2 is having fun. Number 3 is curiosity. Number 4 is learning. Number 5 is having a bucket list or achievements. Number 6 is sharing your gift. Okay? Yeah, so anyway, I hope this video has helped you. By the way, I'm a music artist. I go by the name of Ramon Sidel, and this is my channel. I represent the Winners Worldwide, which stands for Winners Getting Rich Steady. And if this video has helped you, please click the like below, leave a comment, I'll give you a shout out, and also head over to my Instagram. Yeah, and follow me on Instagram at Vermont Sidel. You feel me? So yeah, this is what I do. I level up to infinity. That means that I'm always growing, I'm always getting better every single day, and I just hope that you're gonna be able to do the same. So yeah, subscribe and you're gonna get some new music. We're gonna chat about shit, you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, so peace out. Level up to infinity, boy.